Hello, and welcome to another IoT Central webinar. I'm David O'Hara, and I'm the Managing Director at IoT Central. I'd like to start by thanking Zipit Wireless for sponsoring today's event. Today's webinar is the second in a three-part series. It's a demonstration of Zipit's solution for multi-carrier billing automation, data usage tracking, and invoicing. Now, I'd like to introduce today's speaker. Jim Greco is the CRO at Zipit Wireless. Jim, when you're ready, let's get started.
Thank you, David, and thank you folks for joining us today for a few minutes to watch this video. Today's session is the second webinar in a series of 3 on the various pillars of Zipit's solution. In our first webinar, we focused on deploying and managing multi-carrier cellular IoT deployments. And in today's second session, we'll discuss the challenges around tracking and managing IoT data usage and doing that in a multi-carrier world, as well as discussing the challenges in billing and invoicing for that IoT data usage. Our third video, which follows this session a bit down the road, will highlight our end user white labeled subscription billing solution, so don't miss that one. Back to today's topic. In today's short video, in addition to the challenges, we'll discuss and demonstrate the benefits of Zipit's capabilities and solutions for multi-carrier data usage, reporting, and billing automation. So let's get started. Quick background on Zipit. We are a 17-year-old company with a sole focus on IoT connectivity solutions that includes data connectivity, a multi-carrier management platform, billing automation, and subscription billing solutions. Here are some of the challenges that our customers tell us around cellular IoT billing. One, there are way too many manual processes for invoicing. It's typically spreadsheet based, it's labor intensive, it's prone to invoicing mistakes, certainly accuracy in issues, issues impact the ability to bill back internal cost centers. There's an entire lack of visibility, not just for reporting purposes, but for understanding which devices are active, which devices are inactive, for real-time data usage, and for overages. Customers also tell us that where they're dealing with multi-carrier services, whether globally or just for dual SIM applications, it's very problematic to get those invoices correct. And invoicing customers where there are, varying data usage because of the way deployments are configured, or dealing with overages makes it very difficult to get those invoices correct. There are a lot of issues when it comes to OEMs who go to market through a dealer channel. There's not really an easy way to report and bill down through that channel, and a lack of creative ways to actually finance the hardware as part of a SaaS solution in conjunction with billing for that data usage. Whether the OEM has one or a few of these particular challenges, it could cost the OEM time, labor, and excess costs. Mistakes can certainly cost revenue, margin, more cost. I've talked to many customers and companies who can't track usage and bill for overages. So those companies are actually hit twice. That's why I mentioned about a double cost hit there, because they're actually paying for the burden of the carrier services for the overages with their carrier partner, but not have a way to receive the revenue funds on the customer. So they're getting kind of hit twice with that example. So just quickly here, the overarching capabilities for Zipit: multi-carrier support, billing automation, subscription billing, and dealer management. And as part of our billing automation discussion today, we'll hit upon 3 of those capabilities and leave subscription billing for that video number 3. So a little bit more on just the multi-carrier capability here is the first one. Customers can use Zipit's multi-carrier solutions for use cases like dual SIMs for coverage assurance, applications like primary and secondary options. Our customer value for when they deploy multi-carrier services: one, they get a single interface to manage all the data, single contract with Zipit to deal with all the carriers. And in those examples, we take certainly the burden of support with all the carriers, so our customers don't have to deal with the carriers. So with one contract, one set of pricing, they can have Zipit manage all support to issues with customers. And also in the solution is a unified reporting platform across all the carriers that normalize all the data, that allows our customers to automate billing in this cross-carrier deployment. So speaking of cross-carrier and billing automation capabilities, the customers here can have invoices automatically generated and sent to customers and end customers if they're dealing through a channel. And Zipit can easily create customized reports to facilitate their own invoicing. And this all results in eliminating manual processes and errors. And our customers have the ability to set their own terms and prices with their end customers, ultimately with the ability to invoice on options like average usage, usage per SIM or per device, usage per carrier, per predefined tiers, and active number of lines. And for our dealer and distribution capabilities, we can certainly help our customers automate processes in a complex kind of OEM reseller channel model, particularly with end customers who have varying usage and multiple carriers. Our solution has the added benefit of simplifying life for our OEM's customers channel. And this parent-child relationship or OEM reseller solution automates invoice generation downstream through 2 levels to the end customer. This complete solution allows for full visibility for the OEM and dealer visibility to only their end customers. And so here are some of our benefits of Zipit's billing automation capabilities. Certainly, we improve the overall efficiency with customized reports that can be used to invoice or automate invoicing processes. Like I said, either by lines, by average usage, by customer, by dealer, by location, by carrier, including multi-carrier deployments. Create full channel visibility with parent-child hierarchies to give partners access into only their end customers and their deployments, while the OEM has access to all the data across all their distribution channels. We can bill customers on fixed schedules, monthly or annually, or based upon usage to tailor your model to your IoT solution. And certainly in the solution, the real-time activation status and usage tracking is applied for the OEM, and if the OEM so desires, to the dealer channel. And we could present dealers and or customers a single clear invoice, even with a multi-carrier deployment, for a nice, easy, clean customer experience. So we'll spend a couple minutes now on our platform, and then we'll discuss a few customer examples. Okay, now I'll just spend a couple minutes in our platform showing our capabilities around multi-carrier support as well as billing automation, particularly for multi-carrier services. So this is our admin portal where our customers manage and track all of their end customer data usage and SIMs. I'll start by showing you our SIM table. The SIM table, as it sounds, a representation of all the SIMs in our customer's platform for their customers. I can filter my SIM table by just my AT&T SIMs or just my Telefonica SIMs or both of those. In this representation, I'm looking at my T-Mobile and AT&T SIMs. I can pull up a single SIM and look at the usage for one SIM in the current period and the previous period. Also in this view, I can see which SIM it is. In this case, it's T-Mobile. The current status of the SIM, it's activated, and the last time it connected and disconnected, any timestamps or logs that go along with that particular SIM. Going back to the SIMs, one thing I like showing here is I can actually pick a couple SIMs for both T-Mobile and AT&T, and actually activate them or deactivate them across across 2 different carriers here. So I can activate in one kind of workflow here a set of T-Mobile SIMs and a set of AT&T SIMs. I won't do that here live. Our customers tab is, as it sounds, a view of our customers here. I can pull up one customer, customers in my demo portal. I can pull up one customer here and look at just the SIMs for one customer. In this example, I've got a customer looking at testing 3 different types of carrier SIMs from AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. At this view here, I can actually, again, pull up one SIM to see what sort of usage is on that one SIM. I will note here as well the custom fields that we have. So our SIMs and our device tabs have custom fields, total of 5 for each of those categories. Those will come into play as our customers want to assign that SIM or a device to a dealer, for instance, or location, or department, or cost center, or projects. And then there are ways to take those custom fields and allow our customers then to track that usage by a project, by a cost center, by a department. Okay. Also, I can, if I care about tracking data and usage, I can do that at the account level. That would be our customers level. I can create rules for tracking usage and alerts for all of my SIMs in my platform. If I want to create a rule for just tracking one particular AT&T SIM, I can do that. I can track one particular customer and set notifications for that one customer. If I want to track all my Verizon SIMs across all my deployments, I can track all my Verizon SIMs and get notifications when they go above a certain usage threshold. Same thing applies for my dealers, a device type, or operations department, or a different department, or a unique department. So lots of different ways to track utilization. By the way, you, our customer, may care about that type of information. So also, I will point out that we've got a pretty extensive reporting engine, and frankly, our reporting engine is the means by which we can actually help our customers automate their billing process. So our two main widgets are active lines of service and data usage. Our third widget here is really for our customers who are using our end user subscription billing solution. I'll talk about that in our third video in the series coming up shortly after this one. Both these two main widgets, lines of service and data usage, have their own sub-tabs, which gives you lots of more kind of granular detail on things like active lines of service by mode, meaning new add, continued service, stop service, or restart. Active status for last day of the month. I can actually track by just one carrier. I can track this data by just one customer. I can track this data by just one device type. Many of our customers are enterprises where they have different device types that they use for connectivity. You could segment the data here that way as well. Also, the same sort of ability applies for data usage. And again, I can segment data usage by carrier, by customer, by device type, right? So as our customers care about billing automation for customers for data usage, where they are monetizing usage in applications where customers consume more or less data, this particular widget is really how they do that. And then I can select for both data usage and lines of service, one or many months. I can select one or many customers to look at that data, or one or many device types, for example. And then from here, our customers simply export the data and and then from this point on, we provide a customized report that is generated automatically to our customer at the end of each month, and then they'll use that report to generate invoices to their customers. Our customers then define the fields they need in that report and the format of the report, for instance, Excel extensions or CSV files. The report can then be uploaded into your financial systems or used by your finance team to create invoices. Our customers now don't have to invest in creating processes and staffing to manage complex billing for their end IoT customers. All the complex work is handled by Zipit's platform. Our customer can now focus on their core business while enabling a recurring revenue stream. Now I'll finish with a few slides on some workflow examples. Okay, so now just for a couple examples of our billing automation in actual use. So one, this is just a quick snapshot. You saw the portal, you saw the SIM table. This is a view of our device table. In this example here, we're just using our device table's custom fields and having those custom fields be shown in the device tab to show things that are important for this particular customer in terms of how they want to bill either internal departments or end customers. So we've got a department column, a project column, and task column, each of which will be populated with the right internal department or project or task that this particular OEM wants to track, so we can effectively bill internal department or project teams for those services. In addition, the general SIM usage tab for end users will be used to automate the way they bill for end customers. So an application here for both internal and external use where they need to automate billing process is enabled through basically one solution. A second example here is where our customer is an OEM. They sell through a dealer channel to end customers for ISP services. And just the workflow here is starting with end customer, placing an order via website with the dealer for their services. That dealer then places an order with the OEM for those services. The OEM pulls a router from the warehouse. They import the data for the router and the SIM, unique identifiers into our platform, while at the same time they ship a device to the end customer. All that data is uploaded in Zipit's platform with the corresponding data, and it's being activated at the same time. So by the time the end customer actually receives their router from the dealer, it's a activated device and it's ready to use. The dealer sends an invoice to their end customer. Their end customer pays for that service. If the end customer decides to cancel service with dealer, they send a note to cancel that service with the dealer. The dealer sends a note to the OEM, and the OEM deactivates that line in Zipit's platform. And then also we have automated reports between the OEM and dealer to facilitate an easier process for billing the dealer in bulk for their services. And the last example is just a report that we can create pretty easily through our platform, showing our customer and their end customers and the various lines they have by SIM and the usage tiers that they care about, because they have different plans they're charging for, to their end customers. So an automated report to certainly augment the way our customers are billing for services, whether it's a complex process through dealers and internal departments. But if you guys have needs for these kinds of things, certainly check us out and stay tuned for our coming third webinar in a series in a few weeks to months, which will focus on our end user subscription billing. Thanks again for joining.
Thanks, Jim. This brings our webinar to a close. I'd like to thank Jim for his insight and demonstration, and thank you to Zipit Wireless for sponsoring today's event. You can view more webinars, including part 1 of this series, at iotcentral.io. Thanks for watching.